Yo, party people, what is up? How about that action that we just had on Friday Night SmackDown and Rampage? A lot of cool stuff. We had bangers, pure cinema in segments, beginning of Wrestlemania build-ups, and some announcements for Race of the Revolution ladder match coming this Wednesday. Guys, don't worry, just because the in-ring action on both shows has come to an end does not mean that the good times gotta stop rolling, because you already know what time it is. The newest episode of the Get to Gabe covering SmackDown, Rampage, Ramdown is about to start right, you guessed it, now. Okay guys, so let's get things started with Rampage. We kicked off tonight, solid banger match between two-thirds, almost said two halves, two-thirds of the Trios champions, Young Bucks against Aussie Open, who are going to be once again in this casino battle royal for another shot at getting into this fatal four-way at Revolution for the AEW tag titles. But guys, this match was super dope. We kind of knew it was going to be. If you haven't followed Aussie Open, you know that they can produce banger after banger after banger after what's the word? Banger! Oh yeah, and that's without their other freaking United Empire member, the guy, Will Ospreay. So tonight's match was totally great. Of course, Young Bucks, they came out on top. But once again, the lights went down and the House of Black appeared and then went down again and then it disappeared. I guess it's a little weird that they kind of haven't, physically come to blows yet. But I guess with the match they're going to get at Revolution, it's maybe not 100% needed because, they're going to put on an absolute clinic at Revolution for those trios titles. I feel like the House of Black should win. I feel like the Elite, they've held them for, by that point, 2 months. I feel like they don't need to be the trios champions. I feel like you're good. I think you can maybe hand the belts off to House of Black, but I don't really know where their Young Bucks could be going. Maybe they somehow get involved with the BCC. I kind of had that prediction maybe not too long ago, because Moxley, Hangman thinks he's singular-wise maybe over, but that might be more still Dark Order and BCC. We got to really wait and see. The BCC's kind of all over the place now I think about it. They have stuff going on with Best Friends and Dark Order. Those guys really are all over the place. But in terms of this match, I am super stoked for it. It's going to be a solid match. I feel like they're good either way. But I'm really kind of hoping for new trio champions in the House of Black. I feel like they really need it more than the Young Bucks at this point. So, TK, if that's in the creative plans, book it, sign it, make the deal, and let's crown new trio champions at Revolution in the House of Black. All hail the house. Alright guys, so we had our main event of the night. Sami Guevara, Action Andretti. Little did I know, this was a preview of the Face of the Revolution ladder match that was going to be taking place on Dynamite. Now, I actually get it, because, for a little bit I was like, are they even going to really do this? There's been no qualifying matches, and usually they do that. But if I think I said on maybe the last Get to Gabe, I was like, it's probably just going to be sporadically announced, kind of like the Casino ladder match back at All Out, and it basically has. My picks, honestly, favorites to win, Takeshita, Hobbs, and I know some of you are probably going to be a little bit, with this next one, Action Andretti. Now, I will explain all three. Takeshita, Hobbs, obviously, they're there in terms of getting ready to win championship gold, so even though they're the favorites to win, I feel like they're the ones that, if you set them up against Samoa Joe, or if even Wardlow, if he's going to end up winning it back, you know that they're not going to end up winning. So people are going to be you should have had them win, because people want them to be champions right now, and rightfully so. So that's how I feel like Andretti comes into this. I think he gets the win. He's getting more and more over because his promos are getting better. Chris Jericho probably is helping him. He takes an investment in him. But he can go in the ring. So in terms of, pumping up someone, but still, knowing that after I lost to people, will be all right, it's fine. But hey, I love the match. It was great. It was banger. Action Andretti looks like the person to go with that. I feel like if you go to Takeshita or Hobbs, you're gonna see people be oh, you should have put the belt on, Hobbs or Takeshita. They were going there. But at Andretti, they'll be all right, that was a solid match. We knew Andretti wasn't going to win, but that, really helped him because, it just put on another instant classic because Joe can put on a banger with you. So that would be probably one of his best matches to date. So that is why those are my three picks to win. I don't got Eddie Ortiz. They still got their stuff going on. I don't got AR Fox or Sammy Guevara, or I forget the name of the other guy. He's like making his debut. He's from Mexico. I don't really have any of them winning either, but you never know. And there hasn't been really build up. It's pretty much because same the last 2 years, timing doesn't work out, and whoever wins this match is going to lose. So those three are my top picks, but action for the reason of losing and getting hype afterwards. I feel like he's the best person to win this match, but we just gotta wait and see what happens. But in terms of that main event on Rampage, super solid. Guevara action, I loved it. All they needed was just 10 minutes. God forbid they had another 10. It would have been even more like, holy crap. It was great. Sammy Guevara, Spanish God, got the win again. Also freaking disrespectful, hating on Sammy. Totally unjustified hate. I swear to God. It's like Dominik in one company for WWE and Sammy Guevara in another. You're all just jealous. Jealous people all over the freaking place. And it irritates because they're just living legends. So you know what? Be jealous. Be haters. Because you're literally witnessing greatness in front of you. And that was displayed on Rampage tonight. Sammy getting the dub. Doing what he had to do in another banger. So good luck to both you guys in the Face of the Revolution ladder match. We'll see who ends up winning. It's going to be a stacked Dynamite anyway. We're looking forward to it. Alright guys, Rampage is done. Time to talk about SmackDown. Now get ready for the whole great matches and pure storyline magic that is this show when, you know, the people who are involved are involved. We got things started with a little 6-man tag action. It's pretty solid. Imperium going against Ricochet, Madcap Moss, and Braun Strowman, the monster of all monsters. Match was decent, wasn't too bad, but the real story comes afterwards. Drew McIntyre was showing up on the ramp about halfway through, and he was staring Gunther down, and he did post-match, you know, before he got attacked by the Viking Raiders, and, you know, it turned into a whole sort of melee. I'm totally on board with this. We were hearing the rumors that Gunther could end up fighting Drew McIntyre, or he could end up fighting Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. Either way is an absolute banger in the making. I am 100% for it. It's time to get the Intercontinental title. Even though it's been doing fine, you know, pretty much like main event SmackDown being like the main highlight. WrestleMania, it's time to get Gunther on there. Put the IC title match on there, which, shoot, was it even on there last year? I can't even remember. No, I don't think it was. Or even the year before that. Point is, this is the time. Get it on the show. It'd be absolute classic either way. But I still stick by my original point with my gut. Gunther's got to keep holding this belt. Every week my coach says that he's been holding for this so many days. I'm like, he's got to hold it until he breaks Honky Tonk Man record. Granted, I get it. Drew McIntyre, Sheamus would make great Intercontinental champions. I mean, Drew's been an Intercontinental champion like go back in the day. So this would kind of really be a full circle for him. If he actually won, and Sheamus, after the run he's been on, be a perfect cap and a huge WrestleMania moment for him. But you gotta stick with Gunther. The Honky Tonk Man's record has been untouched for so long, and no one's been really in this great of a position to break it. So you gotta just stick with Gunther. Keep going all the way. Just keep putting on instant classic form after instant classic. And then it just makes it even more special so that when that record-breaking ring gets made, tied, and broken by Gunther at like whatever amount of days, if you want to get to like 500, I don't care. Whoever beats him, it'll be even more significant than when someone would do it at maybe WrestleMania if it's Gunther or Sheamus. Either way, you guys, WrestleMania is shaping up to be even better and better every week. So I don't care if it's a triple threat. I don't care if it's just one-on-one. Papa H, whatever you got for Gunther's IC title matches, as long as it involves one of those two, I'm all for it. Hell, I saw one person be like, hey, ladder match? And I'm like, I'm cool. Either way, it'll be a straight up, what's the word? It starts with a B, ends with an ER. Oh yeah, banger! Alright guys, we finally got tonight's first real confrontation between SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair and Mommy Rhea Ripley, 2023 Royal Rumble winner. Though most of the segment was Dominik and Charlotte, you know, going back and forth. Like, again, all you people jealous, you know, freaking going at Dominik for the whole segment. Every time the dude speaks, it's money. And you're giving him exactly what he wants because he is that dude in terms of getting the beautiful heat to send him up for success. And man, he was at such a point of the game, he had to, like, you know, Charlotte, having to voice about her man, her whole other company, and, about ready to lose her cool and trying to fight Dominik. He was rattling her all up, all over the place, because that's what Dominik does, and it's absolutely great. So, it was an alright segment. It's pretty cool. Wasn't expecting, I should say name drop, of, Andrade, Charlotte's husband, but it seemed like they're not going to really they got face to face, but they didn't really interact physically, like, I'm going to beat the crap out of you, Rhea Ripley and Charlotte. So, makes sense. Sometimes they go that route where they really don't touch too much until, like, maybe a week of WrestleMania. But either way, we know how the story goes. It's honestly the way the story should have gone every single time that these two have faced off over the past 3 years. And that's Rhea Ripley beating Charlotte Flair. It's going to be long overdue, but it's happening on the grandest stage of them all. So, it'll be cool. And sorry, I don't think a lot of people want it to be, but it's not going to be the main event. That's going to be the tag titles between Zayn, Owens, and the Usos, but I'll talk about that later. But it'll still be a good match, and it'll be nice to see Rhea Ripley get her moment with Dom probably right next to her, depending on, when he fights his dad. Speaking of his dad, Ray's this close. Ray's this close to finally stabbing on Dominik. Triple H has booked this so good to where that pop when Ray Styles starts beating the crap out of Dominik. It's got to happen on SmackDown, too. It's got to happen on SmackDown. So that Michael Cole can call and be like, yeah, beat the crap out of it, kick his ass. And, Cole be the hater that he is on Dom. But, anyway, we know where that story's going. You already know Dom about to get the dub over his dad. WrestleMania moment at only, how old is he? 26. Bro's got it in the bag. But the build's getting started. We're there. So just keep feeding me the beautifulness of Dom and his dad for WrestleMania. Okay, guys. SmackDown ended on, the moment we were all waiting for the show. Jimmy was waiting for Jay to show up. And as I expected, and probably a lot of us did, Sami showed up. We wanted to talk Jimmy. These two, honestly, really needed to. They haven't really, physically, Jimmy's beaten Zayn's ass like twice. But they hadn't really interacted, talking-wise, since this all happened at the Rumble. So, it was overdue. Like, everything Zayn saying, he was like, dude, you had my back from the beginning. Like, even when Jay wasn't 100% trusting me and, Paul was, trying to have me on the outs. You started the my dog thing. You made me the honorary Uso. There wouldn't be no feeling Uso without you. You can see in Jimmy's face, but then he switched up being like, dude, I do what I do because you pulled the trigger and family doesn't betray you. But then Sami had to explain, dude, what family does is not what Roman does. Week after week, making both you and Jay jumping through hoops and all that crap. And then, dude, who everyone wanted to talk to at that time, Jay showed up, top of the stadium in the entranceway. He didn't really do anything. When it looked like Jimmy was beating the crap out of Sami, he started making a move, but then didn't really try to beat the crap out of Sami too. But then Zayn hits that haluva kick. Jay just stood there and while exchanging glances, Jay knows Sami's right. Jimmy even knows that Sami is right. We all know that Sami's right. He's trying to the story ends with Zayn and Owens winning the tag titles and, really helping to bring Jimmy and Jay out of Roman's grasp so that they can, do it for themselves at that point. But the story is still just pure cinema week after week after freaking week. Though it is really going to hit the fan next week. Tribal Chief, head of the table, Roman Reigns, undisputed champ, is back. So, Jimmy, Jay, good luck, dudes. It is not going to be easy. I'm not 100% sure. So it's looking like more week and week that maybe Zayn and Jay don't really physically go at each other until the actual ringing of the bell. Everyone just forces them to have to defend against Sami and Owens at WrestleMania. Or even if Jay has to super kick Sami, you'll visibly be able to see, dude, you'll be like, I didn't want to do this, man. I don't even want to do this. And man, I feel like Jimmy every week now is going to start being like, dude, maybe Sami was right. Either way, guys, the storyline's been amazing. It still has more and more ahead of it. Everyone deserves it for just putting on Oscar-worthy performances of it every single time. Especially Sami. I've said it before. Say it again. This is his year. Starts with WrestleMania. In the main event, that's for night one. That's got a main event to show. No other match has the best story or will have the greater match quality than that. If it's on night one, if it's on night two, fine. Won't be the main event. It's cool. But this is Sami's year. Starts with that. and later on he'll become world champion because, you know, he's definitely earned it and he's that guy right now. So, good luck to everyone next week. It's going to be definitely more stressful now that Reigns is coming back. Will Owens have forgiven Zayn by then, you know? They say accidentally spoiled because, you know, of a live event. Zayn and Owens against, you know, Solo and Roman, I believe that's actually next Saturday. So, maybe by then, Zayn and Owens are already back together, but time will tell. We're just going to have to wait and see. But guys, Road WrestleMania, it's still going on. Revolution is literally next Sunday night. I am so hyped. You're not going to want to miss any of these shows. You're not going to want to miss what your boy, the best get-together in the business, has to say afterwards. So, until then, you guys, I will see y'all after Raw on Monday. And until then, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, and know that when it comes to talking wrestling, who better to gab with than Gabe. All right, guys, see ya on Monday.